Hello and welcome to Colred Plays Raid Shadow Legends. I am Colred. Thank you for joining me. So the 2024 Hell Hades free-to-play challenge is over 2 months old now. There's less than 30 days remaining for challengers to grab their points and figure out which team is going to come out on top. Now my team is Team Shadowverse. Our captain is YST. I actually did a collaboration with YST just yesterday on his channel, so you should go check that out as well. But the team is absolutely fantastic. All 6 content creators are pushing hard. We're talking every day and helping each other out in Discord. It's just a really fantastic team spirit. I'm really enjoying getting to know all of the players on my team. In addition, the team is really rolling in the right direction, and we are sitting atop the standings in first place currently, although there's definitely a battle going on up there for the first 3 or 4 spots. I don't know how the whole competition is going to shake out, but I like our chances. And so in today's video, I'm going to show you my account. We're going to go over my roster, talk about all the areas I've made progress in since my last update. And we're also going to take a look at the leaderboards so you can see how the points stand with everybody in the competition. Some of your favorite content creators are doing very well. Others may not be on the board at all. It could be surprising. So I hope you stick around for it. It's going to be a lot of fun. Let's get started. Just a reminder, our Raid Madness event is going on for the entirety of March. It is still ongoing. The first round results have just come back. So if you are interested in checking out the results, you should click on the link to the Raid Madness bracket in the description of this video. And don't worry if you didn't get to vote in the first round, or even if you didn't fill out a prediction bracket, because there are still 5 more rounds of voting to go. So you can still get in on the action, participate, and have a lot of fun. We will be dropping another collaboration going over the first round results and previewing the second round tomorrow with my man Jay Giggs. So definitely hit the like button for this video, but subscribe to the channel so you get notifications for all of our Raid Madness videos. And then consider joining our Discord community as well. Thanks so much. Now let's get back to the video. Okay, so here we are on the HH Challenge account, and this is my roster. Now, as you can see, I have 6 stars at this point. So I've got Rathalos and my starter champion, Athel. I've also got Deacon Armstrong, who was not my promo code. I actually got lucky enough to pull him from a shard. Mordecai was my promo code and is in fact my 6th 6-star. It took a little while to get him to 6 stars. And then I've got Melga Steelgirdle, who I'll be honest, has been fantastic. She is very strong, very reliable, very tanky. She's done a really good job at keeping my team in the fights in basically all content, and she synergizes really well with Nair Gigante Archer, who is of course the star of my roster. So I have built my roster around these 2 champions, and then I use the other 4 to kind of supplement those 2 champions and try to conquer whatever content I'm going up against. There are times when I pull out one or the other. For instance, Nair Gigante Archer is not a very good clan boss champion. I do have her fully masteried, you can see. I don't have any books on her. I also don't have that many books on Rathalos. So, you know, that is a lack of power there. I could definitely push with more legendary tomes, and that's going to be a focus of the last 30 days for me. But in the Relentless set, with some speed, she has just enough accuracy for the content that I'm doing. I could certainly use more accuracy on her. Unfortunately, I don't have an accuracy banner. So I really need an accuracy banner with speed, and I just don't have one yet. So if I'm able to pick that up in the next week or so, I think she's going to get even stronger. As for Rathalos, I was able to get his 4-star soul, which is incredibly important because that gives you an extra 38% crit damage, I believe. And you can see my crit damage isn't awesome at 170, but that's certainly enough for most PvE content to the level that I've gotten to. I do want to push this more. I need to get him out of this 4-star chest piece, but you can see that triple speed there is hard to get away from. I also need to get him into faster boots. The reason I haven't gotten him faster is because Mordecai was too slow, but I have recently gotten him to 6 stars, and that has allowed me to put a banner on him with, you can see, 14 speed, and I can glyph that a little bit more. So now that he's faster, I can actually let Rathalos go faster, right? Because the whole reason to have Mordecai on the squad at all is to get those HP burns and increase attack buffs up before Rathalos goes, so Rathalos hits like a monster, and he absolutely does. He's been fantastic as my damage carry. Deacon is my fastest champion at 260. I think I could push this speed a little bit more, because originally I had built an apothecary relatively fast in order to make him my fastest champion. And then I kind of worked my way away from apothecary. Apothecary is a fantastic champion. I don't know if I'm going to 6-star him during this challenge because right now I have other needs and I seem to be fast enough for what I need to do. So I'm probably going to try to take some of Apothecary's gear and some new pieces that I've got dropped and push Deacon up to around 280, 285, maybe 290 if I can get there. And I think that's going to empower my team even more. Now, there will be a speed gap because at that point, Deacon will be going so fast that he won't be speed tuned with anybody else. But that's okay because having him go first and drop the turn meter of the enemy then allows my team an opportunity to go next in most cases, especially in PvE content. And both Rathalos and Nergigante are running decently fast. She's at 218. He's at 217. So I did that on purpose. I wanted Rathalos behind Archer, but I'm going to try to speed them both up a little bit. If I can get her up to about 230 and maybe him up to about 228 with Mordecai at 244, I think that's a beautiful speed tune. Melga's running a little bit slowed down here at 184. I would like to get her faster as well, but I really need some 5 or 6-star speed boots to help me there. And you can see she has all 4-star gear. So if I can get any good 5-star regeneration or immortal gear with a speed substat, then maybe I'll be able to improve her build overall. Despite being in all 4-star gear, you can see she has over 60,000 HP. She has over 2,000 defense. She is nice and tanky. She does a great job. Again, completely unbooked. You can see no books here. Almost full masteries. And, no real great pieces of gear here. So this just goes to show that, a good champion built according to a good idea, even in imperfect gear, can still be very effective. But like I said, I would like to get her faster as well. If I could get everybody up over 205, that would be a perfect position for me in the last month of this challenge. As for my next 6-star, I'm not really sure. I have some good candidates. I do have Selenia, who is another HP burner that may be better in certain content than Mordecai. She's basically a single target HP burner. She's more survivable than he is, and she is void affinity, so I don't have to worry about the weak hits. And that could be really important. So if I could potentially get her to 6 stars, that might work. I don't have the gear for her really right now. I would rather have her in like a regen set or maybe even a guardian set. But getting the accuracy on her that I need has been pretty tricky. The nice thing about her kit is that she does have a increase accuracy. Where is it? On her A3, increase accuracy. So her accuracy requirements are a little bit lower. And then void affinity, she doesn't weak hit. But again, I don't think she really gets strong enough until 6 stars. So I'd have to take her from 40 to 60. And then if I made a mistake, that could be a big price to pay. The good news is I have tons of rare tomes, so I can get her skilled up pretty easily. And so she would be at maximum power, which is not true for any of the epics that I might level up because I don't have enough epic tomes for an entire set of skills for any epic right now. I think I have about 6 or 7 tomes. And most of these champions take a lot. They take like 12, 13, 15 tomes. Now, my other options here are Sanguinia, who offers me a cleanse and a block debuffs, neither of which I have. That's really important. Ugo could be a really good option. She gives me a block debuffs buff, which I also don't have. And she's very strong in Hydra. And if I pair her up with Nergigante Archer, I could probably win the Hydra damage race. Probably. Maybe. Again, if I could bring both Ugo and Sanguini into that fight at that point, that might even be better. So potentially, maybe removing Ugo if I didn't need her and let Nergigante Archer, remove Melga if I didn't need her and let Nergigante Archer and Ugo be my sustain along with the leech from Deacon Armstrong. And then the cleanse and the block debuffs here could help. Plus the block buffs debuff here could really help. And Hydra could become kind of a runaway for me. I could probably at that point 1 key normal Hydra. And I don't think that's going to be something that a lot of content creators do. I definitely haven't, I wouldn't count any of the content creators out. There are a bunch of really good content creators. And there are a couple of people who are pushing 3 million right now. And with 27 more days to go, I think there are going to be several people who are going to get 1 keys. But I don't know that there's another Nair Gigante Archer in the mix, and she's clearly one of the god tier Hydra champions in the game, and so I think she would help me out a lot. After that, there are some other candidates. High Katoon could be good. Phoenix could be good. Woosgar could be good. Mist Rider Daffy could be good, but none of them are really jumping out to me as hugely important. The one champion who I'm actually a little bit on the fence about is Renegade, because having a reset champion could be really powerful. And like I said, I have a ton of rare tomes, so I could actually get her cooldowns all the way down. And this could be really powerful when mixed in with, remember, I have champions who don't have all of their books, right? So if I'm trying to get back around to Rathalos's damage skills, or I'm trying to get back around to Nair Gigante Archer's provoke or slow or stun, without the books and the cooldown reduction, a reset champion could be very powerful. So why don't you let me know in the comments below who you think I should 6-star next. Right now, I'm kind of up in the air. I'm leaning towards either Selenia or Ugo, but there are these other interesting options in Renegade and Selenia. So those are probably the 4 top contenders, but let me know what you think. Now, in terms of progress, we have pushed all over Braid. We've made gains almost everywhere in the last week. Really impressive kind of for where we are in terms of login days. Just looking at the login days, we are here on day 63. And this is without great gear. I definitely have missed on most of my accessories. I don't have really any great accessories. I haven't gotten any good rewards from Clan v Clan. No really good blood shield rings except for the one on Nair Gigante Archer. And I haven't gotten any good like Rathalos pieces yet. I'm not really there with that set. So without fantastic gear, I've still been able to make a lot of progress across the board with only 6 stars. So rather than take you to all of those areas, we're going to jump over to the leaderboards, and I want to show you that because we can kind of see it all of a glance from over there. Okay, so if you don't know how to check the scores, all you have to do is come here to the hellhades.com website, and you can see this bar here, this greenish bar up at the top. It says free to play 2024 is now live. Click here to catch up with the latest scores. So just click there. It'll bring you to this page. If you are a competitor, you want to be logged in, and that way you can find your own score. Now you just scroll down here and you see we've got all of the leaderboards. Now there are a lot of different leaderboards. So what I'm actually going to do here is I'm going to show the community, and that'll take us to the community leaderboards. And then I'm going to go and look at the overall leaderboard here. So this is the first thing I want to point out here. You can see in the overall community, this includes everybody in the community. We are sitting here at number 12, it looks like. We are fighting tooth and nail with Odd One Gaming, which is really great. I haven't talked to Odd One directly much. We've messaged a little bit in the Discord, but he is really a good competitor, really good player. One of those like serious theory crafting content creators. If you haven't checked out his content, you should. He's a really interesting gamer, basically. Like he thinks differently, and I really appreciate that. And he comes up with creative, innovative solutions for problems. Definitely one of the more creative problem solvers in the content creator like arena here. So I really enjoyed that about his content, and it's fun. It's been fun battling him recently. You can see Briggs is also here in the mix, another content creator, probably about my size. I don't know how long Briggs has been doing content creation, but our channels are of a similar size here. So I've got a lot of love for those kind of mid-level or, newer content creators. So I hope he does well in this competition as well. You can see we're battling it out for 11th place. Getting into the top 10, going to be a little bit of a stretch because you can see the points ramp up pretty quickly. We're a few hundred points behind Fuzzy Tomatoes, who's a few hundred points behind BSF. And then it gets into the 7,000 and it keeps going up all the way to Panda Free to Play 2024 at 9,383 points, which is absolutely an outstanding total. Yeah, so just way, way ahead of us at that point. So the top 10 is extremely competitive. I feel really good being in the top 15 or so. That feels like it wasn't going to be possible in the first month when I was not feeling well and not doing nearly as well in the competition. Of the content creators that I can see that are in the content creator competition or area of the competition, obviously Odd One, myself, Briggs are all in it. We've got Mullet Reaver here at number 8, Cropsio here at, I think that's how you pronounce it, Cropsio, at number 7. And then I don't see, I don't see Papa Drock. And I know that Papa Drock is ahead of me in the competition. So I don't know where he is on this board, but he's also near the top. And so, we're doing well against the other content creators. Let's go over and check the team scores. Okay, so as you can see, Team YST is atop the leaderboard. We've got about a 500-point lead on Team Drock, but there are certainly several teams within striking distance. If we look at the team points, you can see I am atop the leaderboard now at 65-62. We've got YST up there. Nothorious is absolutely on fire and crushing it. And then we've got J Warrior, Nacho Plays, and Pete TT. Now, we have one of the very few teams that has every competitor above 3,000 points. So from top to bottom, our team is very strong. I want to just caution people to think, against thinking that the higher point totals simply mean more skill in raid. Certainly skill plays a part, so does luck, but so does activity level. For instance, I know that one of my teammates has had a sick family all week. The kids are sick and home from school. His wife is sick, and he's been taking care of everybody. And so he hasn't been able to participate as much as he would like. But everybody is contributing as much as they can, and these are all excellent players. And I suspect that's also true on all of the other teams. I know there's some really good content creators out there who are still in the 2,000 points range, and that doesn't make them bad content creators. It just means for whatever reason, they haven't been able to devote as much time and effort to the challenge as maybe they would have liked to optimize their performance. I'm certainly enjoying the team atmosphere. I know that my point total is not just a reflection of my abilities, but of my team helping me, offering suggestions, keeping me fired up, and challenging each other. Whenever anybody accomplishes a new milestone, everybody else on the team wants to match it. So it's been really a great atmosphere, and I want to thank all of my teammates for just making this so much fun. Okay, so now let's look at my individual leaderboards. You click on Show My Progress. You're going to see my score here. Okay, so as you can see, I am 22nd out of the 54 content creators in terms of champion development. That's basically just a count of the number of 6-star champions that you have. So I have 6 stars. You don't have to have them to level 60. You just have to have them at 6 stars. If you watched my collaboration with YST on his channel yesterday, you'll know that I don't prioritize creating a lot of 6-star champions. I prioritize building the right champions and then optimizing them so they're as effective as possible across the board. And as a result, I've been able to get a lot of things done with very few 6-star champions. I will be pushing to get more 6-star champions before the end of the competition, but I don't think I'll probably exceed 8 or 9 at the max. And that will simply be a result of my philosophy of how to progress an account. Other content creators have got a lot more 6-star champions, and they may do just as well in all of the content, but they're taking a different approach. Great Hall development is 25 out of 54, so about middle of the pack. I've had a real struggle getting to gold 5. I've been in gold 4 for a week now, and I'm trying to, I hope to get to gold 5 before the next arena reset, and that should help push me up in the standings here. Faction Wars progression is pretty good, 14 out of 54. You can see classic arena rank is 12 out of 54. So despite the fact that, my Great Hall development is 25th, my classic arena rank is 12th, and I will be continuing to push up. I should be able to get to gold 5, hopefully in the next couple of days. I think one of the reasons that my Great Hall is not as far progressed is because people are spreading out their Great Hall development rather than pushing the way you normally would to get to like 7 or 10 for a particular affinity bonus for the Arbiter mission. So if you're going for Arbiter, you're going to be a little bit lower in the Great Hall development. It may happen that in the last week or two, I just start spreading everything around and I'll get some more points here. Tag Team Arena rank is 15th, Bronze 2. I'm hoping to get to Bronze 3. I don't know. That could be a little bit of a struggle this week, but hopefully once I get 1 or 2 more 6 stars, I'll be able to do that before the end of the challenge. My current fastest champion is 6th, which is nice. I was 1st for a while, then I dropped out of the top 10, but now my Deacon is back at 266 speed. I'm not too worried about the campaign progression. There are points left here in Nightmare Campaign. I really haven't pushed that at all, so you can see I'm 33rd there. But those are one-time points, and so you could get those on the last day of the challenge if you wanted, and there's no real benefit to pushing Nightmare Campaign for me. There are a few resources in the progression, like reward chain, but other than that, I don't care about Nightmare Campaign. Clan Boss progress is 2. I'm the second best 1 key on Brutal, I guess. You can see I'm almost a 1-key damage on Brutal. That is my goal, to get to a 1-key Brutal and a 3-key Nightmare, and then we'll start to slowly progress from there. But I think Nair Gigante Archer being my most powerful champion will actually prevent me from really crushing Clan Boss, because she's not a good Clan Boss champion, and I'm going to sink all of my resources into her that I can. So my hope is to be competitive here at the end, but I expect to get past. I expect to maybe end up in like the 15 to 20 range. So I'm probably going to lose points here. But for right now, that's a really nice Brutal 1-key, I guess. Hydra Boss should be a place where I excel with Archer and also potentially with Ugo. And so I'm currently number 2, but I think we should finish in the top 5. Dragon, you can see I'm number 2. I was number 1, but then I got pushed out of the top spot. I don't know how much more progress I'll be able to get there, but we'll see again what happens as we get more 6 stars and better gear. Ice Golem is 9, Fire Knight is 11, Spider is 9, Minotaur is 11, and then all the potion keeps you can see here. Arcane Keep at 10, Void Keep at 17. I'll be able to push that because I haven't finished that yet. You can see I'm at stage 18, but I will be able to get that to 20. I just got to 20 on Spirit Keep today, and that's the fastest time on stage 20. Other players have gotten to stage 20, but a minute 42 is the fastest so far. That is what puts me in first place. My Magic Keep is not quite finished at stage 19, but I should be able to finish that off as well. Again, Melga and Archer being 2 of my strongest champions, they're both weak affinity in Magic Keep, so that's a little bit tricky. But I think that now that I've got my Mordecai to 6 stars, that'll be enough between Mordecai and Rathalos to crush the Magic Keep and get me to stage 20. Force Keep is 10. That shouldn't be a problem. I'll probably speed that up a little bit. Iron Twins, I'm in 5th place. I'll tell you, getting from stage 7 to stage 8 is tricky. There is definitely a ramp up in difficulty between stage 7 and 8. So I clear stage 7 on all affinities relatively comfortably, and I haven't cleared a single stage 8. I usually die with about a third of the health left on the boss. Sand Devil is 6th. We're going to have to push that more. Shogun is 4th. Going to have to push that more. But in general, being in the top 10 is a good place to be. Okay, so that is it. We are doing absolutely fantastic in Team Shadowverse, also known as Team YST. Yes, we prefer the name Team Shadowverse. It's just more fun. So yeah, thanks. Definitely let me know in the comments below if you are enjoying the HH free-to-play challenge. Are you competing? Where are your best scores? You know, check the community leaderboards. Let me know. I mean, it's not for bragging rights. It's just to say, hey, you know, we're doing well. We're not doing so well. I thought I'd do better. You know, whatever it happens to be. And also let me know if you happen to be, you know, beating me or you have tips for me to do better. Let me know those as well. I would love any kind of contributions from my community. Make sure that we do as well as possible. I'll take that help. Absolutely. So yeah, another shout out to all the competitors. This has been so much fun. And to Hell Hades for putting this together. And of course, Saf for doing a lot of the grunt work. All of the leaderboards that you see, he's always working on that. He answers all of my questions, gets back to me pretty much right away. I know he's very busy, so I appreciate that. But yeah, it's just a great bunch of content creators in this competition. And I'm having so much fun. I hope you are too. All right, that is it for me today. Thanks so much. I've been Colred, and I will see you in another video soon.